At the mill, trucks dump their loads onto a receiving table, which feeds the cane onto a conveyor belt. The cane goes through 2 washes to get as clean as possible for juice extraction. But first, the cane's tough structure is broken down by a crusher where rotating hammers break it into small pieces. The crushed cane then moves to a milling tandem designed to extract the sweet juice. Here, the cane passes through a series of 5 or more mills where large cylinders compress the cane fiber. The juice pours out, separating from the bagasse, which is the dry pulp left after the juice is extracted. A worker oversees each mill to ensure everything runs smoothly. The juice is collected in a vat, ready for processing. Now that we've got the juice from the sugarcane, it's time to refine it. But before we dive into that, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more content. At the sugar mill's lab, they take a sample of the juice and run it through several tests. First, they add a thickener to bind impurities and then filter the juice to make it clear. It's then poured into a polarimeter, a machine that measures sugar concentration. The juice then drops through a 10-meter tower filled with sulfur dioxide vapors. This process, called sulfitation, bleaches the juice. The juice's pH level is checked and workers prepare a lime solution in a separate vat. The lime solution and cane juice are mixed for about 6 hours in a process called alkalization, which helps clarify the juice and regulate its pH level. The juice changes color from brown to yellow. Next, the juice goes into clarifier tanks where it settles for 2 hours, allowing impurities to sink to the bottom. A sample shows sludge at the bottom and clarified juice on top. There's still a long way to go before it becomes the sugar you put in your tea. The residue, known as mud, is filtered out to extract any leftover sugar. Nothing goes to waste here. The mud is used as fertilizer and the bagasse is burned as fuel. The clarified juice is boiled in evaporators to increase the sugar concentration from 15% to 60%. The juice is then stored in 15-ton tanks for further clarification. Any remaining sediment floats to the tank's sides, producing a syrup that moves on for more processing. Next, workers add sucrose crystals suspended in alcohol to the syrup, helping to draw out the sugar. The mixture is boiled in large vacuum pans, forming sugar crystals as the water evaporates. Workers regularly check the crystallization process to create a thick crystallized paste called masquite. This paste is then spun in a high-speed centrifuge, separating the sugar crystals from the uncrystallized syrup. The sugar spins at 1/200 revolutions per minute, pushing the molasses to the machine's outer shell while the crystals stay inside. The mill produces both raw sugar, which has more molasses, and plantation white sugar, which is bleached bright white. Finally, the sugar is conveyed into a large dryer where hot air reduces its humidity to 0.02%, the standard for table sugar. The dried sugar is then weighed into 1,000 kilo bags and carried by a hoist to a platform in the packing facility. Each bag is emptied into a chute that leads to an automated packaging machine which fills 2-kilo plastic bags for retail.